Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motor Cars here in Rogers, Minnesota, a northern suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and a mere 45 minutes away from the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport for those of you who want to come and look at our stuff in person. Love to have you come. Today we're going to talk about our latest edition. It's a 1977 Pontiac Trans Am. Now, I'll tell you what, back in the day, this was a dream car when I'm in college. I mean, you really wanted the Trans Am, and this was really a good one. It's got several features. We'll have to give you more details down the road. Yes, you can also click on the link in the description and it'll take you right to this car and give you all the information on this car from top to bottom because we are going to do a cold start, a walk around to give you all the details of this car. So at our website, which is www.ellingsonmotorcars.com, you'll find all the pricing, more information, plus have access to our over 100 additional vehicles we currently have on the sales floor at this time. But today we're getting into the crux of our newest one, and that be this 1977 Pontiac Trans Am. It was one of the top of the line deals at that day because it had, number one, a quote unquote 6.6 liter engine under the hood. I mean, never forget, I was in Europe and the young guys over there, I was in Sweden, and they go, 6.6 liter engine. Oh, they were just bamboozled that there'd be such a big motor in a car in America of this size. Anyway, yes, so with the Trans Am, which this is a real Trans Am, it is in the VIN code. You can't fake that because it's got the letter W in it, so it is a real Trans Am. The big thing that I like on this is, of course, the Screaming Eagle chicken. That's what they called this on the hood. Of course, the Firebird. But it had the shaker hood, the 6.6 TA hood, which really just looks really cool from a performance standpoint. You're talking 1977, cars weren't as cool, except this was one of the cars, like I said, that everyone was looking for. And when you went down the road, and of course, it said Trans Am. You know, it's just got the front spoiler look, the dual 4 headlights in the front here. You know, this is the one, of course, that was made famous for Smokey and the Bandit. You know, with the front spoiler, on the front, on the wheel wells, the vents and the fenders. And again, this particular car has a nice upgrade. They did have an option to have the Snowflake wheel, but this is a little bit bigger than what were factory in 1977. This is a 17-inch with the good radial tires, and the radial tires on this car just really make it just go down the road great. Now, of course, it's got the outside color-matched mirrors, which is always a nice thing to have on any car in this day and age. Even back then, I mean, it was something that I really like to have, an outside mirror on this side. Here we got the rear spoilers again on the front of the wheels in the back here. Dual exhaust, of course. That's a given almost in this day and age. And again, a rear spoiler here. You got room in the trunk for, you know, at least a set of golf clubs or whatever. Not a big trunk, but you know, that's what this is. This is kind of the sporty version for Pontiac. Needless to say, with the, again, Trans Am right on the back. Just really had that look to it. And I love this color, Nautilus Blue. It's really a beautiful color on this car. It really stands out in a crowd. You know, it's not the black one, but I say, you know, some people like this. The blue is very tasteful with the black guts interior in this car. Kind of a nice thing that it has, because, you know, that's why it's really a good looking automobile. This one was loaded with nice options. You've got tilt steering, and of course it is my favorite 4-speed manual transmission. That's why this is one of those cars that we just couldn't pass up. So there's going to be someone out there who's going to want to relive their youth, or the car they always dreamed about, that they go through the gears. It actually had some pretty good handling in this car. Plus it's got power front disc brakes and it's got power steering. You know, those are nice features. Power steering, of course, is one of the best improvements in any old car for handling, parking purposes, going down the road. And then, of course, this car can go pretty fast. So it's probably nice to have disc brakes as well. Something that's power disc brakes is always a nice improvement. But yes, the interior is beautiful black. Got a center console. I love the engine turn dash. I mean, that is just neat with a factory tachometer. Plus you got the full instrument set of gauges. So you got oil pressure and temperature and gas and amps. So you got all that. It does have the upgraded radio. Now you have to remember, this is 1977. AM, FM, of course. One other feature, an 8-track. Now, I still have a lot of 8-tracks in my possession because that was something that I was around in my ear, but it's just a soulful thing to remember that 8-track version before you came out with cassettes and then CDs and now whatever you do. But yes, 1977. Wow, that's just a good looking car all the way around. I just can't get over it. Now you can find all of our stuff on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and even TikTok. Give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We appreciate it very much, and you'll have all the information at your fingertips on this particular car and our current inventory, which, as I mentioned, was over 100 additional vehicles. And you'll have access to some of the cars that we sold in the past as well. Not to make you feel bad that you missed them, but if you're a car nut or like me, you just enjoy looking at some of the stuff that's sold in the past. It's just something to spend some time on the internet if you have that opportunity. Now, the next thing that a lot of people will go is say, you know, I really like these videos. They're great. You do a cold start. It gives me a good feel for the car, but I want to come down in person. I really do need to put my hands on it, make sure it's here and whatever. Well, we're more than happy to have you come down to Ellingson Motor Cars here in Rogers. We're open to the public Monday through Friday from 10 to 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4 as well, Central Standard Time. So if you want to fly in any of those time zones, we'd be happy to show you cars in person, make sure it's exactly as you would like it to be. The other thing that I always tell you, if you own a Pontiac or you own a Ford or a Chevy or a Studebaker or a Hudson, join the local club. There's a nice Pontiac club here, I know, in the Twin Cities. Join the club. You always find people who have the same interests in automobiles that you do. They like Pontiacs. You also find Mr. Wrench, the guy who can answer some technical questions. I mean, this is a big 6.6 liter, 400 cubic inch engine. I mean, it is a workhorse, needless to say. Great sound too, by the way. Another reason to watch the video from start to finish. You can just hear how nice this car does sound. But, so join the club. The other thing that we have people always ask and said, well, I'd like to get a loan on this car. I would like to do that. Do you have resources? Well, of course we do. We have several resources that we use on a regular basis for those of you who want to finance one of these cars, and it is a collectible. A lot of the big banks or whatever that you use your normal checking and savings account, they don't really know how to deal with the collector car people, whereas we have sources that can help you get financing on cars of this vintage. They know what they are. The other last question a lot of people always ask us, and remember, you can call us anytime, 763-428-7337, is how would I get this home? I live in California, I live in Florida or Texas or wherever it may be. We can also help get arrangements for shipping cars any place in the United States, and for that matter, any place in the world. So if you're still overseas and you would like to have one of these cars shipped to you, we can help you work out those details. Well, 1977 was a really special year in terms of what cars came out. This was one of the sportiest cars being made in the United States at that time when you get right down to it, and it still is sporty today. So if you're looking for that first car to add to your collection, or you've got 100 of them and you still need one of these, this might be a really nice addition to your collection. Well, if you have any questions, give us a call, 763-428-7337, and we'll do our very best to answer any and all of them that you may have. Well, thank you again for watching our video. We enjoy doing them. Hopefully they're informative and you get a kick out of them as well as much as I do. So we'll see you next time at EllingsonMotorCars.com.